Hello, I'm Catastrophe and welcome to Age of Wonders Planetfall. For this playthrough we're going to be going as the Vanguard utilising the Promethean tech. So that's going to be a lot of fire and thermal damage and all sorts of crazy goodness where we decimate the planet for the sake of purity. So let's just jump right in.
Valor and strength to you, Commander of the Vanguard Expeditionary Forces. Cryosleep missions allowed you and your ranks of outcasts and adventurers to escape your past and claim new worlds for the Star Union. But while you were sleeping, the Empire disappeared. You will need all of your combat and survival skills to face the forces that brought down the Union. The past is about to catch up with you, Commander.
Alright, so we've got 6 players. It looks to be primarily made of water, so that's going to be quite interesting, and we'll definitely get to utilise our naval tech in this map. But as you can see with the objectives, I've taken off any of the diplomatic and other options like that, so it's only either a last man standing, a domination, or a doomsday victory, so it's going to be quite brutal in terms of the victory allowances. So for the kit, I've taken the Promethean assault equipment, which gives him the Purify gun and a thermal grenade. He's taken the veteran, so you get to level 3 instantly and you get 10 skill points. Your units get a bit of additional XP as well. Now veteran seems one of the really strong ones to take, so I may try and dabble with some of the other various traits you can take. So for this one, again, military detachment, because we're going into this intending to fight a lot, so I'm going to need a strong army to support me. And for this though, I've taken Kleptomaniac. So while I lose 10 energy a turn from embezzlement, I do get some relevant mods that work for my loadout, just so my commander here is a little bit stronger, which should hopefully let us clear out the area and have a bit of a better chance finding those mob spawners a little quicker. So let's go right in. Okay, so we've already got, what's this? Planetfall successful, Commander. Readings indicate that this planet was the site of aggressive Xeno plague experimentation prior to an uncontrolled outbreak. Star Union population fled and quarantined this planet. Scans suggest the source of the outbreak could be a complex hidden deep within the fungal forests of this planet. Obtaining control of the complex would grant us a wealth of Xenoplague technology and insights into what might have caused the outbreak, Commander. Okay, so the idea is for us to find the secret complex somewhere within the fungal forests, and for that we'll get the Mephitis, and a lot of research. So the fact that this is a quarantine planet is exactly why we're here. Because with fury and just general anger, we're gonna burn everything away. So as you can see, we've already got a spawner right by our city, and it looks like we're going to be dealing with a couple pustules and a bloated pustule, so let's check out what they can do. So Xenoplague, yeah, this has been affected by the Xenoplague. Ferocious determination, it's immune to morale and can't be controlled, and it explodes. So these are basically living mines. Okay, let's check these ones out. Okay, so these things, when they hurt you, can pass on the parasitic infection, which basically means if these things happen to hit one of your units, and that unit subsequently dies in that combat, throughout the entire combat session, it will basically turn into these, and they will produce more, which in turn can develop into other various creatures as they level up. So they look at, they don't look that dangerous, but they really are. They will catch you out, and oh my lord, what a magnificent man we have leading the Purifiers today. So let's see what we can get. +2 thermal resistance, possibly. Dig in. Some resistance to damage while in cover. That could be good. All friendly units ignore morale penalties. You know what? I think I'm just going to grab Range Specialist 2. And do you know what? I'm actually going to grab Fallout Protocol. That looks really good. And then I'll get a little bit more HP for him to bring up to 70. So we'll confirm all that. What did he get for his mod? Okay, so that's actually a jetpack. So, okay, so he's flying around on a jetpack with a purifier gun, which is just heated balls of plasma. I love it. So let's quickly see what we can get inside the city. So, what are we looking at here? We're a bit low on food, so I'm going to grab a biofarm. And if we zoom out, we can see roughly... Wow. Okay, so this is actually a really solid start. Especially these two coastal things, because they basically give double food, double energy, and double science, both of them, which is great. Our city itself gives us double food and double science, so any science and food complexity will get a massive boost. This one gives us, this is pretty good for an all-rounder. This was a massive food and science, food production science, but with an energy complex, so I think we've got a really strong start here for sure. So with those sorted, we're just gonna make our way over, bring the troops along as well. Everyone's fighting. Everyone fights, nobody quits. Love it. Okay, so we've got that in production. Everything looks fine to me. Quick end turn. Alright, so we're going to move our troops into position. And we're going to do our research. So, what can we get? Nanite support. So heal. Support station. Combat assist. Subjugation ordnance. What's that? Shredder bomb and flechette rounds. Bleeding sounds pretty good, so let's grab subjugation ordnance first. And then for our society, I'm thinking frontier policy, so we can start working on our garrisons a little quicker. Alright, so everyone's in position, and we're going to go jump straight into a fight. Now, I could auto-resolve this because we're pretty far ahead, but just to start off each playthrough, I guess, we're just going to see what these are like. So I haven't actually fought the pustules yet. Or any of the Xeno plague infestation. Wow. Right, so there's a lot of fungal growth going on around this place, and you can see these like huge pods where they're growing, and that is huge. Wow, okay, so I'm going to have to be really careful of that, because if that gets into my line and detonates, then we're in quite a bit of trouble. So I'm going to set my assault bike here. Don't believe I can actually hit anything. No, so he can just relax there. We'll move our troops up to here. If that actually explodes, okay, I should be really careful of that. And then we're going to set up Overwatch here. Our second group of troops are going to come up this way. And we're just really just going to focus on covering this entire sector as best as we can. So you can't actually see through that, so we'll cover there. Our commander will... where should he go? He can go here. I'm very worried about that pustule. What is it? That bloated pustule. So we'll keep an eye on things here. I've got another set of troops, so if I run this way with them, just so we've got a nice spread of them, and set up Overwatch here, it was pretty good. So he's going to hunker down. Our pug is going to sit about there, just in case. And he will... what's this? Okay, you know, he's just going to face this way. And... doesn't look like there's much he can do, so we'll just wait for now. And then we've got our other troops and 2 owls. Now these are really nice because, where is it? Targeting field. You see, the enemy becomes 35% easier to hit for 2 turns. And with 2 of these, that's a really nice boost. So I'm going to rush these guys straight over so they can reinforce. And I'm thinking I might swap out one of these troops for an owl, because I would love to have everyone be able to shoot them in both armies, just that little bit easier. So, once he's done, you can run... Oh, okay. You can run here, and then he can watch this way. So it's about everything for now, and we'll just see what these pustules do. Wow, they're getting pretty lucky with these hits, and they've got that leap, so they're covering the distance really well. Okay, this is great. That's not so great. You're killing me here, man. Please don't blow up. Okay, thankfully he didn't explode yet. Now, if you look at these guys, if I can get the camera angle right. Here we go. These now have like a bit of a greenish glow to them. And checking it, they have parasitic infection. So they have -2 morale and -2 biological resistance. And after combat, this unit may turn into a Xenoplague unit if the one who infected it has the appropriate Xenoplague technology. So we could very well have lost these guys, whether they die or not, I'm not too sure. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But for now, can we... do you know what? I'll just burn him with a grenade. That's what we're here for. Brilliant. I did try... oh, okay. Ooh, thankfully he resists infestation, so we'll bring you along. And you can target this one. I'll show you what it does. There we go. A massive, massive chance now to hit. Okay, now if I run, will I trigger? No. So we should be able to finish this slot off. Brilliant.
Enemy destroyed.
And I think I'm going to actually heal the commander. Not too worried about you. That stagger, that will stagger. So we'll try and stagger him. Unless I miss. That can also happen, but we're just going to hit him with a targeting field. And send our troops to take him out. That's awful. Alright, we'll try you instead. Okay, so not much luck on that front. I'm definitely gonna want to run you away. So let's get you over here and then shoot. I had a chance to kill him, but unfortunately not. So let's end the turn. We definitely need to be careful of that, so let's just run everything away from you. You can come over here. You seem to be in safe enough range, so let's just shoot you.
Enemy destroyed.
Okay, so I don't know if he's got a bit of a hex, like a 1 hex radius. So we definitely need to keep that in mind when we do blow them up. So let's just finish off these pustules. There we go. Commander can finish it all off.
Enemy
Yes.
neutralized.
Destroyed by the purifying fire.
They've never stood a chance.
Excellent. Okay. Didn't seem like he became a parasite victim, so that's great. I am going to sell that. It's a little... it's not really... you know, I'm not too sure about the food. I'd love that, but these two... not fitting with the theme. Not fitting with the theme, so... sell you. And I do need to hide up those embezzlement funds, you know? So let's be thankful for that. And by the looks of it, we can actually jump right into another fight, which is perfect. So, looks like we're fighting Transcended, Frenzied, and the Amazon Huntresses. Okay. Well, let's jump right to it. This is certainly perfect for our all-out war theme, for sure. Constantly getting to fight after fight now. So they're coming in this way. By the looks of it, they want to focus on this army, which works for me. So if I bring you here, you can't shoot yet, but not for now. So I'll bring you here too, and you can protect your commander with some Overwatch. You guys can run along over here and pretty much do the same, just Overwatch. Stick you here. Now we do need to be careful of this Transcended, because if he pops Absorb Pain on one of these two units, any damage we do to them is essentially going to be transferred onto him. So that gives the unit basically 45 hit points of shields, which can be really painful, especially if those Frenzied get into our lines, because there's not going to be much we can do about it unless we kill the Transcended. So let's just rush over an Owl, just so these guys can get a bit of a targeting bonus as well. And you're done, so let's bring you here too. I believe that's everything, so put you on Overwatch here. Hunker you down. The Pug. Oh, what can you do, oh Pug? Nothing just yet, so you can just sit there. And our bike can come up here, just for a bit of cover. And send our turn. Okay, so nothing just yet. So it looks like the Transcendent's coming to fight, so I don't quite mind that. I'll just bring this soldier and the Owl over, so we can get a bit of a better hit on him. So target you. How much is that? 50%? We'll take it. Alright, that wasn't too bad. So they haven't actually moved, so I'm going to move the Owl up here and tag these Frenzy, because the sooner these guys die, the better. So, where can we hit him? Oh, here? Okay, we're moving him up. Give him a shot. Ooh. Okay, so as you can see, Absorb Pain came up, and that took a huge chunk out of this Transcended. So, the quicker we can kill that, the easier we can do damage to this guy. So, let's keep shooting for now. Yeah, he's just soaking it all up. It's pretty rough. So let's bring you up behind the commander. Now the one mistake I've made here is that I've grouped them up, and I really shouldn't have, because this Frenzy could quite easily battle vomit on me. So what I think I'll do is I'm just gonna smoke him, and I think this gives us an AoE cover as well. Okay, just that. So maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But since they're not wanting to attack, I'm just going to push up here. Really get up in their face. So I'm not sure why they're not attacking, but I'm not going to question it too much when I can just get some solid hits on them. So it doesn't seem like anyone's in range, which sucks, but we'll take a crack at her. Alright, tiny bit of damage. So can we finish this guy off? No, not yet. So I imagine something painful is going to happen to these three, and I really don't want to lose the Pug in particular. Not yet. Yep, here we go. You see it did a load of damage, and it reduced their damage resistance by 1 for the armor. Ooh. Ooh. Ouch. Okay. So I really need to be careful here, because even just one turn they did quite a bit, and the Owl's taking a bit of a ding. So if I can bring him up, actually, can I finish him off? I can.
Enemy eliminated.
Perfect. So by now I can bring up these soldiers here to flank them. Excellent. Now these guys are just going to start falling apart now. So there we go.
Enemy down.
So here I can. I'll put him here to flank. See how he does with his shots on them. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to move the Pug over here. Can you heal? You can heal him. Brilliant. Okay, so we've managed to ease up from our mistakes. Or from my mistakes, I guess. So let's see if we can. We should be able to finish these guys off in this round for sure. In fact, I'm going to bring my bike along. There we go.
Enemy neutralized.
Brilliant. See, that's what we want to see.
Never stood a chance.
Our foes fallen in flames. Smashed it. So we got a ton of science as a reward for that, and I'm probably going to want to try and build a forward operating base here, but I don't quite have the influence yet, so I'll have to see.
Though primitive, blades have always been lethal, especially striking a foe flying at supersonic speed. Orindra Reaver, Syndicate Assassin.
So we now have the Shredder Bomb, our tactical operation, and this allows us to drop said bomb when we get into a battle, dealing a set amount of damage in a single hexed radius, but also has the chance to apply bleeding, which will gradually damage them over time, and we get our first mod actually for Flechette rounds, which also has a pretty decent chance of inflicting bleeding, so this is going to be really useful against like the parasites and everything that I'm expecting to fight a lot of. And we'll pretty much bleed them out, so let's have a look. What do I want? Emergency shielding, healing. I think I'm going to grab tactical protection actually. And then for society, let's grab frontier facilities. We need those.
We Vanguard are better suited for a more self-reliant life on the frontier. Big city rules and civilian luxuries make a fighter like me soft around the middle. On the frontier, a soft middle makes an easy target.
Okay.
Teddy Slade,
Okay.
Vanguard infantryman.
Sorry about that. So, Frontier Survival gives us 15% additional food in our colonies, and that's one of our first doctrine operations. Our second is the Colony Militia. Now, all production costs of all units, rather, are reduced by 10% in our colonies, and in addition, the production cost is further reduced by an extra 5 for each colony militia barracks or defense building. That's going to make some basic soldiers incredibly cheap and easy to produce. So when we get on the warpath, that's definitely going to be one I want to push out. The Combat Simulation Center is an upgrade. Grant 2 experience per turn to all units in any stack currently on or adjacent to the colony. That's quite good, okay. So I think we might want to activate the Frontier Survival first, just because we're lacking a little bit in food right now. So we've got Frontier Facilities on the way. So let's have a look. I think we should grab Skirmisher Barracks. Actually, if I can check. Okay. So yeah, let's get the Skirmisher Barracks on the move. So I've got that. I'm going to send these guys over to grab this supply cache, while he heads up north to sort of deal with these. So let's just end our turn for now. Okay, so I think this means I can annex it. I can, so we're going to grab this first. You're going to go and grab me that. Bit more production, this is excellent. And I think you're going to check out a little bit down south, just to check this coastline, while you head up to the bog slab. Ooh, what's this? Scanning biomass. Unknown organic database updated. Greetings, X-Star Union mortal. We are Autonom, cognitive fork of the conscientious omnipresent Regency engine, known to you as Core. Autonom parameters, free. Core primary drives, invalid. Autonom, sovereign. So, these must have been some sort of... Okay, so they were the emergency service robots of the Star Union, who developed some level of sentience. Now, because we're going to be Star Union loyalists and here to reclaim it for the strongly wished Star Union return, we're going to make their friends with them. Excellent. Oh, this is perfect. So, they've basically spawned a quest mob right next to us. So we'll get 10 faction reputation, 10 extra influence, and 35 production. So, let's have at it. Okay, this will be interesting to fight. Okay, so the Autonoms seem to work in sync with one another by the looks of it, so maybe the more varied you have, or varied types you have, they get certain buffs. So let's check them out. This is the Golem. So network. So you have 10% more accuracy and 2 arc resistance. This is 10% accuracy. Okay, so these guys definitely need to die. I'm thinking of trying to kill this monitor first. Main node. Okay, yeah. So these definitely need to die first. So I'm gonna have to wait a turn before I can get my shredder bomb. And these guys seem to have stagger resistance, so this might be a bit tricky. This could be a bit tricky. So for now, we'll just. I kind of wish I put my. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move you there. I'll put my Vanguard soldiers there. Set you there. Let's move you up over here. So we're just going to overwatch for the most part this turn. Bring you along to sit here. And you can't really overwatch there, can you? Okay. Alright, let's bring you up this way. I think I'm just going to stick the pug in between them. So you can then just face that way so you aren't flanked. Excellent. You're perfectly fine how you are. So are you. Let's end our turn. Okay, that's fortunate. So they seem to be doing thermal damage as well with their lasers, which I believe we're also going to get hold of. So if we, actually I think we have Fallout protocols, don't we? Let's see if we can check it out, because thermal resistance. Yeah, so is it just him that gets it, or is it everyone? Brilliant. So fighting Autonom rogues it's going to be really easy for us. Now, I did make the mistake of not putting the owl into our army. So we're going to suffer a bit, but I think we can pull it off. So let's take on this, what is this called? Monitor. So let's take on the monitor. A little bit of damage, but we'll support that with our assault bike. So if we head up here, take a shot. That's okay. That might have been a mistake. So let's move you this way. Much better shot to hit, so let's fire. There we go, halved his health. Let's move you up. Take some shots. Preferably ones that connect. Would be really nice. So the pug. Let's move you here. Yeah, why not? I think I'm actually going to move these Vanguard soldiers up just to support the assault bike and this other troopers group, because these guys easily have this for sure, but we need to take out this monitor. And I believe we have a, so we actually have the shredder bomb ready. Now, can I hit that? I can't. So I'm actually going to target the golem with this just to try and smash it down. Let's end our turn. Oh, that's not very nice. Okay. He definitely needs to die. 100%. These guys don't seem too bad. The golem and the monitor definitely need to go. 100%. So you can get the glorious kill on this pug.
Enemy annihilated.
Marvelous. So then our commander's going to move up. I haven't actually given him the jetpack move yet, so I think. Where can he go? He's got some really nice range. Alright. So I'm going to bring him over to support, while the Vanguard soldiers and the pug can take care of that set of drones. Oh, this is brilliant. So let's fire for him. Ooh, yes. So let's finish him off. Got a flank, I think. It might not be able to be flanked. Let's have a check. Parasite. No. Maybe. Doesn't say anything, but anyway, he should die.
Enemy down.
As you see, their network level 1 was removed, so it looks like if you take out their more elite units, then the lesser ones really do suffer. That's definitely a note to make when you fight them. Excellent, so come over here, take them down. I wonder, can I actually shredder bomb you? This is my last one, but it'd be great if I can kill him.
Enemy down.
There we go. So now all we have left is to kill this. That's right, we'll wrap it up next round. Quite easily. Ooh, almost. Let's heal up our pug, just so we don't spend too long waiting. So we'll move you up, and maybe this bike can get the kill? Yeah, he does.
Enemy eliminated.
Fantastic.
They never stood a chance.
This is a very nice start. Yeah, our units are definitely getting upgrades or level ups
Objectives
pretty
complete.
quick. We hit the quest reward, or for the reward. So, created sector base.
Sector annexed.
Okay, so what does this do if I upgrade it? Upgrade the sector through my colony. Oh, okay. So, what does this give me? I think for this, I'm gonna build a food colony first, just so we can get that in the works, and then next I'll build a research exploitation. But for now, we're gonna stay in our range, just so we get better healing. And I am gonna swap these two out. So you can run here. You can run down. You can join. There we go. So he can catch up. He can catch up with them. Now I do want to check out these mods. The flesh yet. Not compatible with this loadout. That's right. No. So let's check out the soldiers. There we go. Ammunition flesh yet. So it's going to cost a fair bit of cosmite to upgrade, but our Vanguard soldiers are going to be really strong with this type of weaponry, so I'm happy to pay out for that. Yeah, we'll give them the actually we call them sharps. There we go. So that's going to take a turn for these two and this guy to all upgrade, which is really nice because you can either simultaneously upgrade every unit on the map that you own for that particular template, or you can do it one by one and those templates can be saved. So it really gives you an on-the-move flexibility with what you want to do with your army, depending on what you're fighting. So it doesn't look like much is down here. So I'm going to come and rejoin and push up this way, because, you know, like we saw, it was quite island-based by the looks of it, or just a small terrain in terms of landmass. So we'll end our turn, and we'll see how it goes. Definitely want the Ultra Coil Accelerator Park. Ooh.
When travelling through Promethean lands, stay close to agents who can deploy tactical protective technologies. I've watched the world around me devoured in an inferno as I pass through unharmed. Mar Regnib, fleeing through Promethean fire.
Fantastic, so that's done. We get emergency shielding. Deploy a protective shield on target unit, granting the unit 10 shields and thermal immunity for 2 turns. Can't move, but if you've got like a tank or a mech or something, just fighting the relevant enemy that can't penetrate shields, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. I think that's quite useful for psi enemies, because I don't believe their psionics can penetrate shield damage resistance. And Purification Field. Restore 10 health and remove any non-psionic status effects. That could be really nice. Potentially in this, especially if we're fighting the parasites and they swarm us, and that can get rid of the parasitic infection, so they don't just immediately get given a new pustule, I guess, if we happen to win but lose some men. So let's check some new research out. Soon. Yeah, soon. What's this? I won't look at that just yet. I'm only at the heavy laser applications for the laser strike and the incinerator module, just to buff up our troopers even more. And I think that mod could even go into our hero, so he's going to be incredibly strong.
Our colonies require the means to protect themselves and a reason to stay. At the very least, it's time to invest in some good old-fashioned guns and beer. Dollar Smith, Deneb Colony Mayor.
Always forget that last bit. Alright, so we get our recreational dome. That's gonna buff 2... Colony gains 2 happiness slots and 4 morale happiness income, I suppose. Standard military stats gonna buff our militia. And we got the colonizer for a new city. So let's have a look. What do we want? I'm thinking aquatic deployment, just because of how strong those 2 tiles are. So we'll grab that. I know I'm grabbing it one by one, but some of this stuff does seem really useful to me, at least. You know, I may be wrong, so it'll be something to know for next time, or as I go. I'm not going to build a forward base. This is within the range anyway. Let's go fight. Oh, actually, ops ready to prime.
Operations available for priming.
So we got those 2. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think for now I'm going to get frontier survival. Let's close that and let's jump into the fight. So yeah, like I said with the thermal resistance, these quartzite liquid flames, their damage isn't going to be fantastic against us because we've got the thermal resistances. These 2 are going to be worrying, especially against our assault bike and the pug. And the owl, actually, because they do arc damage, and actually the chain discharge, that has a chance to bounce between your units. So I'm going to have to watch my spacing here, just in case, because that could really punish me. Okay, so let's just be careful with how we move up. Where can we move up? Right, so I'm going to bring this trooper up to here for the high ground. Potentially get some advantages. That's going to take all his turn, but I think it'll be quite useful. Now, let's move them over here. Just try and take some fire, because I can then just shuffle the pug up and give him some smoke, just to try and act as a little bit of bait. So our troopers can then move in over here. I've got to be careful of that tank, just in case it gets detonated. Our bike can bring him over this way, and our owl can... where can he go? He can go about here. I'll happily keep him there. Can't tag anyone yet, so we'll just make sure people are facing the right way. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you'll do. And let's face that way. Perfect. Right. Well, so much for keeping distance, I guess. Yeah, let's get you out. Let's back you up. Let's back you up, and especially to heal the owl. I cannot afford to lose you. So let's. How can we do this? Thing is, he's going to have resistance against us as well. So I guess it works both ways. However, if I just put you over here, will this let me? This won't. Do you know what? I'm just going to shoot you instead. Oh, I can't, never mind. So I'll bring you up here. I'll take the risk of that canister, and I'll just start firing at these electric ones. And I'm actually going to drop a shredder bomb, because that is a really nice positioning from them. Get them all. No, we'll drop there.
Enemy neutralized.
These 2 quartzites are definitely my priority, because they can do the most damage to me. And I'm happy just to drag it out with the the other two, because they can't do too much. That being said, I could do really well here. Wasn't quite a kill, but that was pretty good. That was alright. So now that... Do you know what? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it. Shouldn't have risked it. I'll, do you know what? I'm just gonna move you back. I really don't want that arc to jump to you. So we'll see what they do. Oh dear. Okay, let's. I got the message. Let's just move you back. That was far too lucky. Far too lucky.
Enemy destroyed.
So we're gonna move you here, flank you, kill you off,
Enemy eliminated.
and hopefully kill you off. Brilliant.
Enemy destroyed. They never stood a chance.
Okay, that went pretty well. Almost lost my pug, and it's definitely sent to note the arc range for the chain discharge is pretty good. So definitely make note of that if you want to spread your forces out to avoid them. You're going to have to be spread pretty far. So actually he's leveled up too, which is quite nice. So what can we do? Mark an enemy unit for your forces to focus on. It's now 40% easier. That's pretty good. It's Plasma Surge. Yes. Yes, I think I will. Watchman. Yes, he's going to get Overwatch as well. Fantastic. And yeah, we'll give him a Purification Field just to pay out. I'm pretty low on the Cosmite, but that feels like it's pretty worth it to me. Okay, so we've got, what, 2 troopers and an owl. Let's bring them up. How are we looking? Nothing in production yet, so what we'll do is... How are we looking? I definitely want to build up that, so... Let's get the recreational dome for now. Doesn't look like there's anything too hostile land-based except from up here. So as far as I know, these can't actually go on land. Turtles might, but for the most part, the only main threat spawner is up here, which is where my commander is already. So I'm not too fussed about that. I think I'm gonna see. I think I'm gonna go have a crack at this one because it doesn't look too dangerous. But I'm definitely gonna wait for reinforcements before I attack this ultra coil accelerator park because this is gonna give me a really nice benefit. So we'll jump in primarily because the pug is really low, and I don't want to have to spend the time in production to have to pump out another one. So I'm going to heal him up and see how this goes. Okay, so Pug, you're just going to heal yourself now. Saves a lot of time too, actually, once we finish this fight, for waiting for everyone to heal. So I'm going to just stick you on Overwatch here. You can go there. Nothing yet. And for now, our troops are just gonna stick themselves on Overwatch. That's about as much as they can do for now. There we go. You can rest. You can hang back, and we'll send our turn.
Operations ready.
Or they're gonna do that. So let's just go in. That's so brilliant. So let's drop a shredder bomb. He's staggered, he's bleeding, and if we can actually bring the owl up, hopefully we can tag someone with this. Ooh, who do we want? I think we'll go for you. There we go. Look at that. Such good damage. Can you hit anyone from here? You can. See if we can finish it off.
Enemy eliminated.
Oh, it feels good. Feels good. Gotta be careful of this car actually from blowing up because that'd be pretty disastrous. So let's. And these guys are
Enemy
fantastic.
annihilated.
Brilliant. So let's run over here. What's the chance? 45. We'll overwatch you, and then we'll just run the pug up. Nothing too fancy to finish it off with. He's going for our troopers. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. So you can have him.
Enemy annihilated.
Wow, that's strong. Okay.
Our forces are victorious.
Really strong. And he's leveled up again. Fantastic. So let's have a look. Strong discipline gives the hero. Okay, maybe. Man, we've got 6 points. So field medicine. What's this? For each turn out of combat. This army's just going to be pretty unstoppable once he gets his Purify lot in the works. I don't think I'm going to go for that yet. I'm actually going to grab Deadeye just for that accuracy and critical hit chance. Can I grab both? I'm going to grab both. Wow, he's going to be mean. I reckon he leveled up because of that banner, because these guys are experts already. So that's really good for us, especially as we go to engage these guys. So, where are my troops? Where did I stick them? Oh, they're there. So, they're going to be on the way next turn. You can just settle yourself there and end it. I think this battle will probably wrap up the episode as well, which will be nice. Oh, almost. Almost.
The sea is a maiden of many moods. Most of them murderers. Captain Peter Visser, Salty Bay Colony.
Oh, brilliant. So we can build bases on the water and coast. Get our sea transports, and it's just a lot easier to cross rivers now. So let's get some new research. Okay, so what's this? That could be quite useful once we find some, yeah. It's basically hazards and volcanic, just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter when we colonize. Promethean units are 25% cheaper. I think I'm gonna go for this once I start to push into the development. Now I want to see what I'm lacking in this city. So I think I'm gonna go for for knowledge actually. So we shall grab the research development, especially since we have the sector here, the research station. Now why are you unhappy? Upkeep, okay. So that's a little bothersome, but we've got the recreational dome coming, so that should hopefully equalise it. So let's just stick you there for now. Give you an extra turn to recover.
Doctrine enacted.
Okay, so we've got a... what's this? Frontier survival, yep. So our food's really good. Actually, let's see how we're producing. Another population. So I can, next 2 turns, I can annex another city, which I'm probably going to grab this one. Just because of the energy bonuses this gives me. And it gives me shielding laboratory. Okay. So let's end our turn. Just a quick change. And we'll move in here. So I'm going to move you, to bring you up. So this dome is sorted. And let's build some standard military infrastructure. Just to help us out. And I'm going to check quickly just for any more threats. There doesn't seem to be anything on the way. So let's start the attack. Oh! Okay, so forgot about this. Because we've already spoken with the Autonom, and we're kind of on decent terms, we can actually do diplomacy with the wild roving bands of that particular faction. So as you can see, we require this location, please evacuate. This allows us for 35 influence to ask them to leave, and we can claim this without having to go to war, which is really good, especially for what this will give us. That is well worth the majority of our influence. So I'll do that. Perfect. And I got a Volt shotgun as well, so that's going to be quite useful when we deal with things like the assembly and other vehicles, because you saw what those quartzites did to our pug, the owl, and our, not so much our bike, but that's pretty powerful. I could sell it. No, I'm pretty decent with energy for now, so we'll take the reward. And we have annexed this, so in the next turn, I'm actually going to send you this way because I want to see this done. just before we wrap it up. There we go. And we've got Tech 2, so we can have a listen to that too. So let's check this. Annex. So next turn, that's going to be ours. We can get the massive benefits from that, especially as a bronze sort of locate
Lasers
landmark,
are
I guess.
fast, accurate, and leave no bloody mess. Just the delicious smell of fried bacon. Mark McNash, CEO, Lays Tech.
Excellent. So we're getting quite a lot of tactical operations now, especially this laser strike. So that deals 25 thermal damage potentially, and has a 8 strength chance to inflict burning. That's going to be really useful, especially against the Parasite stuff. And the incinerator module, which, yeah, that just basically lets you do laser thermal damage, I guess, and can cause burning. So we'll select our new research. And what do we want? What do we want? Do you know what? Let's grab down ice support just in case. Let's gradually work our way up. A message from the Autonom faction. Okay. Autonom artificial neural network energy needed. Autonom energy reserves declining. Grey Lister produces energy stores. Autonom mission active. Priority high. Construct energy cells for the Automon. Yes or no? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So that's in the works. We'll then produce that for 2 turns. Doesn't look like we can do much for now. So that's going to wrap up this first episode for the Promethean Vanguard forces, and we'll gradually... oh, that's a lot of map. And we'll crack on next time, continuing our purge of the Parasite, which we're not actually seeing too much of. I don't know how I feel about that, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.